possibly, of course. These new lines ain't never seen past week before. London or Milan, but we definitely in New York. I figured out my style and what it should be called. It's the Met. You know what I'm saying? It's the Met. Yeah. Latest in my collection, have it prepped for a walk. I'm a passionate designer every time that I talk. Just look at my brand, it's luxury art. The mother's knockoffs, you can tell by the cloth. It's the Met. Know what I'm saying? It's the Met. Yeah. The garments are old, my clients pay the cost. Chambray, some decal, price protected by law. Innovation and influence, you can hear it in my bars. Still my style all you want, but y'all can't put it on.
It's the Mint, man.
It's the Mint.
Let's go, man. We back.
Yes.
Another one.
Sir.
Another one.
It's another one.
Another one.
Yo, this series is coming at us fast, man. NBA Finals. Game 2 is over. We're getting ready for Game 3. Traveling down to Dallas.
Celtics take the 2-0 lead.
Whew.
That game, man. Wow.
It had its moments.
It did.
It had its moments.
And don't get me wrong, it was a close game. And I said it was going to be a close game.
Right.
But I didn't expect that. I didn't expect this craziness.
Yeah.
I mean, you what? Oof.
I think that Boston was prepared, defensively for what was coming. And that showed throughout.
Right.
But Dallas made adjustments like we knew they would.
Yeah.
And
but I feel like the adjustments wasn't. It was good at a point, but it didn't really help.
not in the long run.
Right.
But you have to get these guys engaged, and they did that. They did that. They got PJ Moore involved.
Right. Derek Jones.
Yeah, he did a little bit. He did a little bit too.
Like, there was a couple possessions when Luka gave him some tough passes.
Yeah.
And he got some couple layups, couple finishes.
Right.
But that was the only thing I saw from Derek Jones. I didn't see he didn't make his threes. He wasn't really aggressive.
Right. I mean, that's what's missing, that the 3-pointer that he was shooting. And now when they get home,
right,
he's going to do it. But let's stick to this game right now.
Right.
They came out with a nice little run. They played well at the beginning of the game. Luka scored the first basket.
Of course.
And the C's came right back. They scored. It was 2-2. The next thing you know, they got a little bit ahead of the Celtics, and the Celtics didn't really come out like they wanted that 2-0 lead. Kai was engaged early. Kyrie played well. First quarter, he played well.
Yeah.
And then I think that he had 8 points in the first quarter.
Uh-huh.
The Mavs took a 13-6 lead to force a timeout by the Celtics. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of got balanced.
Yeah. And even though the Celtics got the win, they didn't shoot that good. Right. Especially in that first half. That first half, they was off. They was off from three. The three-pointers was not hitting.
Right. It was a bad night from the three-point line.
They only shot 25% from three as a team.
Right.
And they only shot 45% from the field.
Uh-huh.
They pretty much, Dallas and Boston pretty much shot the same from 2-point range and 3-point range. Dallas shot 47% and from two, and Dallas shot 23% from three.
Okay. So then what does that say as far as they still couldn't get it done?
Free throws.
Okay. What's the differential on that? Because
Dallas
that's important.
was not hitting free throws. Dallas was not hitting free throws. They shot 66% from the free throw line.
Because I do recall Luka blowing 2 in a row at
Oh,
one
yeah.
point.
Yeah, he shot 4 from 8, but
Oh, he shot 50%?
yeah.
Okay.
But as a team,
You're right.
they couldn't hit any free throws. They didn't shoot the ball well.
You're right. Now,
They
one
came
thing,
to play. They came to play, but shots wasn't falling. They
Uh-huh.
just wasn't falling. So
well, I think the Jason Kidd was he started working the referees in the media
right.
pretty much right after the game. A little bit before the game, that he's trying a little gamesmanship, but they challenged the PJ Block in the first quarter. It was like 3-4 minutes.
Right. Oh, and Derek White.
Right. And I was like, who does that? You know?
That was way too early. Way too early.
Way too early.
And you could clearly see that was a clear foul.
Right.
His hand touched his hand.
He went across the wrist.
Right.
Hand's part of the ball as far as right in here.
Right.
He caught him right there.
Right,
So it's
yeah.
like, he kind of pulled on that joint. So I would not have gone for it, but hey, I'm over here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I feel like that was a little too early too.
it was too early. You feel like, okay, wait, they're not going to give me any love? Nobody's going to give you love at 2 minutes into the game.
Right.
Let this thing develop. Don't waste, your challenges. You have to be strategic with that as well. So I wasn't real comfortable with that. One of the problems the Celtics had when they did have problems, it was that Tatum was off. So that kind of brought their percentage down.
Yeah, he wasn't shooting the ball well from 3. He wasn't shooting the ball well at all in the first half.
And he basically was trying to play make more.
And he did. He made some good passes.
I think he had like 12 assists.
He had 12 assists. He almost had a triple-double. He had 18
9
points,
boards,
9 rebounds, 9
Yeah.
boards,
Yeah.
12 assists.
Yeah.
He was getting guys involved.
Right. And that was the difference. I think his playmaking in comparison to Luka,
Right.
it was more effective.
Mm-hmm.
Jrue Holiday, he put on a show.
The brother played well.
He put on a show.
He put a calm 26. It wasn't no crazy 26 where he just going dribble, and he hitting pull-ups.
Right.
It was a calm 20. Basically, all his shots was off the pass. He was coming to the basket. Tatum was down. He was diamond. He was playing off the dunker spot.
Right.
The dunker spot.
Right. Going baseline. Cutting deep.
Right.
He was doing it all. Back doors.
Hit a couple 3-pointers.
Right.
Shot 2 for 4 from 3. He shot 11 for 14 from the field. He was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And he had 11 boards. And 7. He had 11 boards, man.
Right.
And 3 assists.
Mm. That 11 for 14 was what got me.
Yeah.
But like I said, Tatum was driving and kicking a lot. He was working the floor and moving the ball, but it kind of took away from his scoring ability.
It kind of messed up his scoring rhythm.
Right,
his rhythm
was off.
of trying to score or trying to be ISO.
Right.
I understand he was trying to get to the basket, trying to be aggressive, get a foul, finish at the rim, but I haven't seen the Jason Tatum that we have always seen in the regular season, hitting that mid-range, hitting that step-back 3, that side-step 3. We didn't really see that.
Nah, but this is the guy we've been seeing in the playoffs the last few years.
You're right. And it's
troublesome.
Yeah.
It's troublesome.
He played like this in the finals 2 years ago as well.
Right.
So he has to step it up.
And this is why there's the challenge of like still being the man on this team
Right.
because JB keeps coming. He keeps, trying to keep guys focused, keeping himself focused,
Being a leader.
and
Right.
being a leader. You know, this is a wedge that keeps coming up. I mean, the media tried to jam them up, you know, during the session right before the game,
Yeah.
and they wasn't
Yeah.
falling for it,
Nah.
But it's a narrative that can continue to be built, though, because if he
Yeah.
has a bad game and JB keeps on, doing his thing, it becomes an issue at some point.
Right. I mean, JB was being consistent. He's been consistent so far in the finals.
Right.
I mean, he had 21 points. He had 7 assists, and he had 4 boards. He didn't shoot well from 3. He only shot 8 for 15.
Well,
from
that was the
field.
whole squad. The
Yeah.
whole squad.
But he played decent. He played a decent game as well.
Did he get any blocks?
Nah, he didn't get any blocks. He had 3 steals.
Okay.
So he was playing defense. He was locking up Kyrie.
Yeah.
That one possession when Kyrie was trying to get at him with the moves, and I think he either got a travel or shot clock violation.
He caught a travel. I remember that one.
Yeah, I think it was in the baseline by the Dallas Mavericks bench.
On that sideline, right? Right, on that sideline by the bench.
For him to just have that energy, have that leadership, to stay positive, have confidence, I feel like that's gonna go a long way for the Celtics.
Yeah.
It's gonna go a long way. I mean, Porzingis, he played well, but we saw
He got a little nicked up.
Yeah, but he said he's good to go game 3.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
It's a
game
big
3 in
deal,
Dallas.
Porzingis makes a big difference with this team, man. I mean, you have to have him in place
Yeah.
for this thing to go all the way. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Very much so. I mean, he only had 12 points, but from the time that he felt
He
no
got in
pain
the
in his
game, he got a
calf.
block.
Yeah, he did.
He got a block as soon as he
did.
came in the game.
Yeah.
So he's effective,
He only had 2 blocks.
That's good.
That's good.
I mean, what do you, 3?
Yeah.
Listen, it changes guys' minds. Once you get those 1 or 2,
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want to go in there on that.
Right.
And
I feel like the momentum for the Celtics in that game, it wasn't like that in the first half.
Right.
When that second half came, it all started from Peyton Pritchard hitting that 3 at the buzzer in that third quarter.
Man.
That switched it. I switched
That
it up
was-
like that for the
right.
Celtics.
Because it was like 6.
Right. It was 6. And
him hitting that one
yeah.
was huge. And that was his only 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
You
Only
know,
3 points.
I mean, these guys were off from outside. That was a big deal. Porzingis didn't shoot well out there either.
He didn't shoot well.
JB didn't shoot well.
Hauser.
JT didn't shoot well. Hauser was off too, man.
Yeah, Hauser.
Oh my gosh.
I think if these guys wasn't hitting threes, but Hauser was in rhythm,
Right.
they would have had a bigger lead. I don't think they were up 6 in the third quarter.
Right.
They would have had a bigger lead. And, every guy on that team, when they score, it makes a difference, especially at the biggest stage in the NBA Finals. So, I mean, I think Hauser will step up as well in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be loud up in there, but they'll figure it out.
Right. And I think the guys, that are kind of new to their team, even like they're, guys coming off the bench, they're going to play better at home. Everybody's going to play better, especially Derrick Jones, because even throughout the playoffs, I always said his shooting is better, in their spot than it was on the road
Same
during
thing with
the
PJ.
series. PJ too. So I think if the C's have to be, focused for this game, man, down there, those first 2 games.
And like I said, it gets loud in Dallas.
Yeah.
So, Dallas going to have that energy.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's their home floor. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to pretty much have the same thing that Celtics did in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
You never know. This series, it could be tied. Celtics might take one. Who knows? But I think Dallas, they're going to have that momentum from that crowd.
Yeah.
And light it up. They're going to light it up.
Yeah, I think the first thing that I want to try to do is go Lob City early in that game to try to get that crowd up off their seats, you know, and start a momentum builder.
For sure.
You know, I think they're going to try it right off the top. Now, I'm already under the impression that they will probably win Game 3.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had them win in Game 3.
You know, I think the C's are going to be a little cautious with Porzingis.
Right.
And I think that...
just a little bit.
Yeah. I think that their guys are going to play well. You know, they're going to still be there. I mean, the defense is going to be there. Defense travels.
Oh, yeah.
Defense travels. So their defense is going to be there. It's going to still be a good, close game. But I think Dallas will take this one. I'm not going to go into Game 4 yet, but I believe there'll be some. It'll go. I think it might swing back the other way once Boston is. They're going to be focused on what they're trying to accomplish as a whole, and they're not going to let them tie this thing up. So I believe they go back to Boston 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You don't have to. I don't even want you to go with my predictions. I mean, if you feel like that, that's cool. But
that's how I have planned it from before Game 1. I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, I think Boston gonna get at least 1 in Dallas.
Okay. Now you're talking about some heroic stuff happening because you're the one that said they was gonna go to 7.
Right.
Now, if Boston's up 3-1, what you think is going to happen next?
Dallas going to get 2 in a row. C's closing at 7.
Okay.
Dallas going to get 1 in Boston in Game 5. They're going to win in Game 6. And then Celtics going to get 1 in Game 7. So, that's how I got to play.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I got you with the 3-1.
All right.
But I think Dallas going to get on a roll like they did in Minnesota.
Okay.
But the Celtics going to close out Game 7 in Boston. In TD.
This brother. Okay. All right. I mean, that sounds good. Anyway, so, like I said, we got to try to stay on this game. This was a good game. A lot of things happened in the game.
Yo.
Kyrie came out like he was ready to do something special.
Yeah.
8 points in that first quarter, and then things went kind of downhill for him from there. I mean, he had another 2 through 3. He only had 2 points through 3.
Right. Yeah.
And
total he only had 16.
Man, it was a rough game. It became a rough game.
And it was still close because Dallas, all 5 stars on Dallas was in double figures.
Right.
Obviously, Luka, he had a triple-double.
Right.
32 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists.
Right.
He had 4 steals.
Right.
So he played decent. Kyrie, he played all right. PJ played all right.
Right.
Gafford, I didn't really see much. Just the way that Luka got that triple-double.
Yeah.
It wasn't a triple-double that you would normally see from a guy.
Right.
It was a decent triple-double.
Right.
But, like you said.
It's like, who are you feeding?
Right.
You know, you're getting these assists, but it's not translating to putting you out in front of somebody.
Right.
You know, it's not. It's like junk assists.
I mean, it didn't even look like he got a triple-double.
Right.
Like he just got a couple assists, and he was going for himself.
Right.
And it didn't even look like he got that much boards as well.
Right.
So I don't know, man.
To me, that was like pre-Kyrie Luka. I mean, it was like the old guy that we saw a few years ago in the bubble or whatever.
Right.
He went but so far. And I said it in another episode. I was like, how come this guy can never get any further than what he does? Because he's getting all these stats. He's a stat stuffer.
Right.
But they're not winning.
Winning.
It wasn't translating to winning. And that's what I saw last night.
And that kind of reminded me of James Harden, too. When
Yes.
James Harden, he's like that James Harden guy. Where
Right.
James Harden is just going for stats. He's going for stats. He's going for stats.
Yes.
But
Could
They
average
can't
a triple-double
right.
and got nowhere.
See, Russell Westbrook was different.
Right.
Russell Westbrook, he was more a facilitator than a scorer.
Right.
When he needed to score, he gonna go and score. He gonna get to the bucket.
Right.
But Russell Westbrook is different.
Yeah.
With Luka and James Harden, they play the same way.
Yeah.
Every single possession, every single
A
game.
lot of pounding out front.
Right. So, did we expect Dallas to get this far the way Luka play? No.
Not that day.
Not
with the way you was playing before Kyrie got there.
Right.
No.
And he had to change his play when
Wouldn't
Kyrie
expect
came.
him. Right. He changed. But with Kyrie struggling, he's starting to revert to those old habits, and it's not a good look. You know, it's
Because he's
not a
like,
good
well, if Kyrie's off, let me get back
I
to what
gotta
I
go
used to.
do my thing.
I do my thing. Let me just
Right.
get back to what I'm doing. So,
You know.
I mean, even if Kyrie's off, you shouldn't be doing that. You should still get your guys involved.
Yeah.
Get the others involved.
Right.
You get yourself involved. You get Kyrie involved, but make sure you get the others involved as well. So y'all could have won the game. 'Cause I promise you, if them other guys was in rhythm, they probably would have beat the Celtics by like 2 points, 4 points.
Right.
The series would have been tied.
But
So-
it's the way you're collecting those assists.
Right.
You know. And we don't even really know. He's getting junk rebounds, junk assists, you know, and it's not really translating, you know.
Right.
What they had 98 points.
Right.
I think defensively, they're struggling.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
with, you know, the Celtics at 105,
Right.
you know.
Celtics was playing help defense. They were getting 50-50 balls. They was getting steals after steals after steals.
The one thing I saw with Luka last night, or this last game, was he put a couple of guys in jail.
Behind his back, right? I was
He
about to
got
say that,
Tatum in
right.
jail, and he
Yeah.
got Al Horford in jail.
Right.
The Horford foul, I didn't really like that, but I mean, I'll give it to him because he got him into that point, but I don't think Al bid on it.
Right, because Lucas slowed him down, or he
Right.
slowed himself down
Slowed himself down and
to
then
make
just-
Al Horford go for that jump.
Right.
So, I mean,
But other than that, defensively, again, he had to work for everything he did with, you know, Derek White and JB and Jrue. You know, so they have a beautiful game plan defensively.
Mhm.
It is where it is, but it's like it's not a foregone conclusion yet. But I'm starting to lean one way.
One way.
And I really hate to do that so early in a series.
Right.
No. I don't know, man. You
I mean, like I said, at some point, Dallas is going to figure it out.
miracles do happen.
Right.
You
At some
know.
point, Dallas will make it happen.
Yeah,
They will get in rhythm.
Yeah,
they
they
will
will.
figure it out.
they will. Home cooking is always good for you,
Oh, yeah.
you know. So I think they're gonna do a little something.
But yo, let's talk about that last play with Derek White and Jaylen Brown. On P.J. Washington.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I know a lot of people say that Jaylen Brown had his left hand on P.J. Washington's back.
On his back.
But they didn't call it.
But because there was nothing to call.
Nothing to call. But that double block, man.
That Boston sandwich. That lobster roll. Oh.
Get the roll and the lobster. He got the roll, and he put the lobster in the roll and said, "Give me that."
A little butter. Yeah, that was beautiful, man. And they came. What happened? Oh, it looked like Derek White got a block.
Right.
Wait.
But Jaylen Brown got it.
Brown was there too, and he was higher. So that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
That got me off my seat.
But
that got me off my seat.
That's what I'm saying. If the coach hadn't used his challenge in that first 2 minutes, he would have had it there.
Right.
Yeah. So,
I mean, shoot. All them guys on Boston had a steal. Derek White and Jaylen Brown had 3 steals.
Oh, man. I tell you,
and
the
they had that
defense
block.
is crazy.
You might as well. They count the block for Derek White.
Right.
But you might as well give Jaylen Brown that block, too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Looking for good things down in Dallas.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be fun. It's going to be loud up in there.
Oh, man. That place is going to be jumping. They're going to be jumping.
Yeah.
And they're going to be encouraging Kyrie. I listen, I want Kyrie to do well.
Me too.
I really want to see him get off.
Yeah. Like he did in the last series, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really want him to do well. I really want him to get back to that rhythm that he did in that Minnesota series. And he will. He will eventually. He'll figure it out.
I mean, these guys, they're about competing. Jrue and Jaylen, they're not going to have no problem with Kyrie trying to get his thing off.
Nah.
Do your thing, man. I'm going to do mine. So it all works out like that. They'll love it. They'll love it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, rumble, young man, rumble.
Right.
So let's get down to Dallas.
Oh, and one thing.
We're going to get them. Go ahead. I was going to get to it before we hang up the phone. So like I said, let's get down to Dallas and prepare for this next game.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. What about you?
Oh,
Dallas.
I am too, man. I am too. I'm looking forward to it. As I said, I'm looking for Dallas, get some home cooking and get this thing rolling in the right direction and compete with Boston.
Right.
So now, some NBA news. We were talking about it last episode. The LA Lakers had to try to get into the NBA news during the finals. This is something they do against a team like Boston, who they compete against for the last 75 years when they were in Minneapolis. So now, they got into the news offering Danny Hurley from the champion UConn Huskies the job. I got a call earlier today to give me the results of what Danny's thoughts on going to coach the Lakers.
Or his decision.
His decision. What happened?
So, Danny Hurley turned down the Lakers job. And he's returning to UConn.
Yeah,
like
baby.
Like we said.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I'm really happy for him. Because why would you take a guy that won back-to-back championships, who has a possibility to do something that we've never seen before since Coach Wooden,
Hey,
back in the 60s. Hey,
UCLA, the U clan.
right. Shout out to UCLA, man. My pops went there as well. Well, yeah, anyways, why would you take a guy who's trying to make history and try to get him in a position which he probably wouldn't feel as comfortable?
Right.
I feel like those guys wouldn't really listen to him.
Right.
He gonna get them guys ready for UConn, but them guys in LA, nah. So he made a good decision. I had a feeling, we had a feeling
Yeah.
that he was gonna take the job. So
And we definitely didn't want him to. So
no, not at all.
I wasn't feeling it at all.
Yeah, man.
So.
But anyways, looking forward for Game 3 in Dallas.
Yeah.
Game 3 is on Wednesday. We're looking forward to it, man. You know, we'll let you know guys' reaction to it. We'll give a recap on the game. And
Subscribe.
Yeah,
Subscribe, folks.
Follow us on the socials, man.
Check us out on socials. Leave a comment. Talk to us, please. We want to hear from you guys.
Any Q&A, man. Put it down in the comments.
Who you like in this series?
Who you got winning?
Come on.
Let us know.
Let us know.
We out, man. Peace.
And what it should be called, it's the men. I'm saying it's the men. Yeah. Latest in my collection, have it prepped for a walk. I'm a passionate designer every time that I talk. Just look at my brand, it's luxury art. The mother's knockoffs, you can tell by the cloth, it's the man. No, I'm saying it's the man. Yeah. The garments are old, my clients pay the cost. Chambray, some decal, price protected by law. Innovation and influence, you can hear it in my bars. Still my style all you want, but y'all can't put it on.